Hello, everyone. You're watching Cricket Calling. I'm your host, Indraneel Basu. Today, of course, it's a big game, of course, because it's RCB versus KKR. A lot of glamour quotient, a lot of cricket quotient, lot of things are going to happen because it's going to be fast and furious. What we saw in the last game between LSG and RCB, uh, I don't remember what happened exactly last time they played against each other, but what we saw with LSG, Mayank Yadav, fast and furious. T20 is supposed to be fast and furious, right? And then when you get someone like Virat Kohli on the other end, I mean, Mayank, of course, bowled in the middle overs, and whether Virat will stay till the middle overs, that's one more thing we have to see whether it happens or not. But the battle between these two guys is going to be so interesting, so amazing. So we're looking forward to that, and yeah, it's a great contest coming our way. Uh, Joining us today, we have Avijit Sarkar, former CEO of Pune Warriors, and Ashwin Krishnan, of course, sports marketing expert. Avijit sir, did I say KKR versus RCB at the start?
Maybe you
Did I
can.
say
It's quite
KKR
natural.
versus RCB?
It's quite
No,
natural
did
for
I say
you.
KKR versus RCB?
No, it is LSG versus RCB actually.
Yeah, I did. I just came to my mind. Yeah, it's LSG versus RCB. Yeah, I mean, this is where at times there's so many matches, it's actually tough to keep a track of what's happening. So
Right, right.
Mayank, Mayank, that's what it's been sort of playing inside my mind all throughout. So how do you see that match coming out?
Look, it's KL Rahul's home ground. So we are expecting some fireworks from him, and that he will show to the selectors that, of course, as far as I know, he will still continue to play as an impact player. And but we
Yeah,
are but the crowd, although he's the not the captain anymore now, because if he's playing as an impact player, then but he's being a local hero, the people are expecting from KL Rahul as well. And as far as Mayank is concerned, he was naturally very ferocious in the last match, but it depends where they
yeah,
are using how Mayank is bowling against such a formidable batting attack. RCB's only
mm,
asset is the batting lineup, although Maxwell is yet to click. But Faf, Virat Kohli, Cameron Green, Maxwell. So the good batting lineup they have. What if they
mm,
have to worry is the bowling there in the Chinnaswamy Stadium. I think the blunder which they did by releasing Chahal is still,
mm,
I think, still they are regretting. So it will be for me. You will say that I'm biased, but for me, although both of them are balanced side, but LSG have now after Mayank, the discovery of Mayank, they have a
yeah,
very good bowling attack and quite good depth in the batting as well, because they have done strategically a very smart thing that if KL Rahul has certain niggle or some injury, or he wants to rest also and play also, they have put him in the as an impact player, so he will come and play and sit outside the ground. And Pooran led the team quite well and if you were batting down the order till Kunal Pandya and even Navinul Haq hitting few good sixes and all, then I think
mm,
the RCB needs to worry because the RCB's biggest weakness is Shiraj, Yash Dayal, Azir Alzari Joseph, and
mm,
the huge weakness is yes, they have Kan Sharma, but they didn't play Kan Sharma. So, as a spinner is concerned, they have Mayank Dagar and Karan Sharma. And on the other side, you have Bishnoi, Kunal Pandya. Kunal Pandya is an all-rounder. So, I think LSG, overall, both of them balanced, but LSG has the upper hand in the today's match.
all right. LSG has the upper hand. Virat won't be happy hearing that. Lucknow team, of course, is supported by such great players. Of course, there's a correction on that because it will be led by Pooran on the field. KL is going to be playing as an impact player. Yeah,
Yeah.
a solid team, really. I mean, the way they have carried that culture of putting the team together, doing the playoffs in the last 2 years, they really are forced to reckon with. We've seen that, and they really mean business, and they're foreign recruits. I think having Puran also on their ranks is a huge thing. Ashwin bhai, I started off saying it's a KKR versus RCB, and we are all aging. So other day when Mohit Sharma was told that you're getting better with age, he said he corrected. Thanks, Ravi Shastri. Thanks for letting me know that I'm aging. We're all aging. Because tomorrow KKR, of course, is going to be playing. Your thoughts on LSG, the way they're shaping up? They have really created a good culture. I know their bosses are a little result oriented. You remember when they were looking after the Pune side, they sort of took Dhoni off captaincy. Remember? And Steve Sid was made the captain. So, I mean, tell me how LSG has managed to do it so well. And they're doing very well. I mean, they're quite a commendable side, quite a complete side from all ends. Your thoughts?
Without doubt, they've got a balanced bowling lineup. They've got a good batting lineup. Now the thing is, only one or two people are not performing in the batting lineup. Otherwise, Quinton de Kock has got runs, KL Rahul has got runs, Nicholas Pooran is consistently getting runs. But if only they get support, regular support, even if it's just 30s, quick fire 30s from guys like Marcus Stoinis and Devdutt Padikkal, it'll help their cause. Not to say they need to worry. They don't have that much of a worry with their batting. Bowling is good. Overall, I agree with Abhijit sir. They are definitely a better unit now today getting onto the field than RCB. The probability of their winning is greater, even though in the last 4 encounters when they played RCB has won 3 and LSG has won only 1.
Oh, you've got those numbers. Even I
Yeah.
had no idea what's the numbers. Yeah, I mean this is quite a commendable thing. But RCB, Abhijit sir, RCB, the culture of putting Virat Kohli in front. I remember RCB recently consulted one of the former cricketers, former selectors, and he said you have to get. I mean, Virat Kohli being the only man, the driving force, the way he's scoring. But there's a change in his batting style also. Earlier, he used to start very, very cautiously, and then he used to launch his stroke play. I mean, whatever shots he has. Uh, but now it's the other way around. He starts off in a quite a flying fashion, and he slows down after power play. So how is I mean everything is centered around one man, Virat Kohli. You think is that the right approach? And that's why probably they are not able to create the kind of impact they should have created, the kind of teams they had over the years. But it's because only one centric man, you're just driven by one man. That is, and cricket is a team game, right? So you think there they get stuck every year they come with so much of expectations and then they fizzle out. You're not able, I can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. Whatever. Ashwin, I want to take that question. Ask that question to you. How do you see that?
Can you repeat
Virat
the
Kohli.
question? Can you repeat the
No,
question?
I'm just saying that the RCB is sort of carried. I mean, it's one man centric team.
Hmm.
It's a team. Cricket is a team sport, and when you see one man driving the team for last 17 years, and not 17 years, at least 15 years or so from the time he became a star. So somewhere something is missing. I mean, what exactly this? They come every year with loads of expectation. So, I mean, how do you see Virat this time? How do you see him? The way he's going to start. It started well, of course. So, how do you see that this year? How it's going to end?
Virat is the last problem they have. Virat is getting runs. I mean, you may say he started fast and then he slowed down later, but that doesn't
Hmm.
matter. He has the ability to quicken the pace when needed. Virat is the one cog that is working. Their biggest problem is Faf du Plessis, right at top. They lose a wicket very early because Faf is not in form. They've got brilliant cricketers like Glenn. On paper, this is a crazy team. Glenn Maxwell, even Rajat Patidar for that matter, Aksar Patel. Anuj Rawat. These guys are
Yeah.
amazing. They're very good cricketers. But the thing is, they have to fire. If you look at their stats, they've hardly got any runs, these guys. Maybe one. All these guys I've mentioned have got runs. Maybe in one game, that also 30 odd runs or 40 odd runs, and that's it. Virat is the only consistent factor. Faf du Plessis has to perform. Glenn Maxwell has to fire. Otherwise, it gets very, very difficult. And Cameron Green is played as an all rounder. He bowls a heavy ball. He is very useful in these conditions, but he has to fire. He has to fire and with both bat and ball. He's failed with both technically. He's not really lived up to the reputation. There's a reason why he's played at number three, and he has to fill in that slot. You can't expect Virat to perform in every game. Sooner than later, he will fail. What happens then?
Yeah, what happens then? That's why we call cricket we call cricket is a team game. Of course, there's a reason behind that. Abhijit sir, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think you should rejoin. That's the best way. You should rejoin. I can't hear you. Ashwin bhai, coming back to today's match, uh, you know, I'm really excited to see Mayank and Virat up against, Mayank with that pace, and Virat has got that technique. For him, pace doesn't matter. He's so good against spinners. Although he doesn't play few of the shots like a sweet shot, he's not well versed against spinners, but he's a champion cricketer against fast bowling. Virat has shown his technique is so good, and the muscle memory. And so how I mean, both are Delhi boys. I mean, if I call Virat a boy, of course I would love to call him like that. Because his fitness level is just like a boy, like a teenager. So how do you see that? If that battle actually happens, how exciting will it be?
It will be very exciting, but like you say, if it happens, like Mumbai held back Bumrah to bowl to
Yeah.
Klaasen, so they can't bring Mayank Yadav up to open the bowling. I think so. He bowled. He was the last one to bowl in the last game. So Virat will obviously open. If that happens, it will only happen if Virat plays at least 10 overs. But if it does happen, then it will be a very interesting contest because to begin with, Mayank Yadav is in form. He's in rhythm, right? He will come from the previous game's confidence. He will come and he won't be worried. Even though he's bowling to a player like Virat Kohli, his confidence levels are very high. Virat, on the other hand, has played some of the best bowlers across the world. He would also have studied. He's not a novice. He would have studied Mayank Yadav in the earlier game. He knows what he's up against. He knows how to counter it. So it will be a very interesting, especially for young cricketers. These things are very interesting battles, and they can learn a lot from this if they only observe
So
and not just sit and watch a game blindly. You should observe what the other guy is doing, what techniques, what field placings, what field placement changes are being made, how the batsman is countering, how the bowler is, like they bowled wide outside the off stump the other day, right? That ball has been perfected.
yeah.
So things like this, you learn a lot as a young cricketer. But the contest will be great, no doubt at all. I would also like to see the contest between Ravi Bishnoi and Virat Kohli.
All right. Yes. I mean, one of the best deliveries I've seen was there's so many matches that happens in IPL. Uh, Ravi Bishnoi, not Ravi Bishnoi, it was Shreyas Gopal. He was with for Rajasthan, and he got Virat out to a googly, and that ball is so sort of printed inside my mind, imprinted inside my mind forever. I mean, I have that forever. That is the best delivery I've seen in IPL, and Virat couldn't read that googly. It just went the other way around. It was fantastic. He got him bold, Castle. So that was. Abhijit sir, can you hear me? Yes, I can. But
Yeah.
I thought you were
So
in Bombay.
what I was coming to what
Gone
you
beyond
asked me
Arabian
initially.
Sea.
Yeah, you can. What coming to what you asked me initially about Virat, what I'd like to point
Ah,
out is that as a brand, RCB has been certainly able to create Virat with synonymous with RCB, and RCB has a mass following. But you have to just
mm,
differentiate between the like CSK having Dhoni and RCB having Virat. They also created a CSK also created a brand around Dhoni, but Dhoni nurtured and created a strong team around him, and that is the basic thing in IPL. The captain coach combination is very important, and around captain and coach, a team develops. So in the case of Virat, the brand has developed hugely, but the team has not developed.
The team has not been able to perform. Team has not gone up to the mark. The brand is going leaps and bounds every year. There is a huge fan following wherever RCB is going. People are coming to watch Virat. But
Yeah.
as a team, because what else? I think the biggest blunder when we used to think that Virat was the biggest backer of Yuzvendra Chahal. In spite of he
Mm.
being there, how was Chahal released? This is I cannot believe it. So that's the thing. That is the biggest factor we have to think about. You can have a huge brand around yourself. Individual as a brand, RCB is synonymous with Virat as a brand, but as a team, you have not been able to perform the way Dhoni, the god of IPL, has done it. That we cannot deny.
True. True. So true. I mean, this is what, of course, this is a big clash coming our way. RCB versus LSG, not RCB versus KKR, as I started off saying. But
Yeah.
Ashwin bhai, coming back to this perform or perish culture in IPL. I mean, do you think it's good because every time there is you face a defeat because you have to lose to win, and that's how the life is. I mean, you can't win every game, and there are people in the franchisee who get and people who get really demanding. You've got to win every game. Even Chennai Super King, they're the 5 times champion. How many finals they have lost? It's just the fact that they could look after themselves during bad days, then they saw good days, right? It happens like that.
That's true. Are you talking about the franchise?
I
I
mean,
mean,
talking about the entire, you have every
it's
time you go out there, you have to win. It's not possible.
I agree completely, but then those are the demands, and that is the kind of demand you will be faced with if you're getting 25 crores and 20 crores as a player. It's not
Yeah.
small money, right? It's a lot of money riding.
Yeah.
Earlier, when Mr. Gavaskar played, or when Mr. Chandu Borde played, and all that, there was no problem. You perform, then it came to the whims and fancies of the selectors or the captain. It was more of an individual man management issue, and a human equation came in. Here, the human equation has been removed, and the financial equation is coming. Like
That is
Abhijit
not
Da
right.
just
That is
said
not
that,
right.
like Abhijit Da just said that, like in, for instance, if Virat were to stop playing tomorrow, the RCB brand will still ride on him. If Dhoni were to stop playing tomorrow, CSK will still ride on Dhoni. But it's about finance.
True.
It's not about performance. If you don't perform, your team value goes down. If you then there are sponsors. There are so many people who want to associate from a different angle. There are sponsors. There are people, fans who want to associate with only winners. Everybody wants to associate with the winner. So someone is labeled as a loser. They slowly, it's like rats leaving a sinking ship. So that affects everything financially, and it's also the reputation of the owner. So many things are written, and the money is huge, really huge. So there is no question. Perform up. It happens in the corporate world also. Perform or perish. If you're not performing, you're out. There is no room for sympathy and other factors nowadays in the world. It's becoming like that, cutthroat.
So true. So true. And that's why we saw what we saw last night. Mumbai Indians facing their third defeat. I believe the owners were also upset. They left the field midway through. I don't know how much of it is true. There are a lot of mails also. But Abhijit sir, your thoughts, how and where Mumbai Indians, because I'm clearly can see they're hitting the rock bottom the way they're going. There absolutely no batting, no bowling happening from their side. I don't know why Hardik didn't bowl. You are in Bombay. You are in Bombay. I mean, last time you were also in Bombay. So your thoughts, how it's going, how it's shaping. Rajasthan is looking better and better. But I want to hear about Mumbai first.
Look, the reasons are very clear. Lots happening in the dressing room, I think, and what I can say that if I go back, the seeds were shown then only when such good players they had. Mumbai had such a good team. They released
Yeah.
Quinton de Kock. They sold off Cameron Green to RCB. I don't know what they were planning. Who is doing this? Because initially we thought that now after a transition they are developing a young team. When a young team you are
Mm.
developing, you are releasing Cameron Green, and the way they have you can see if even when Hardik Pandya went for a toss, he was being booed. So when in a toss, the captain is being booed in his home ground. You can imagine what sort of immense pressure that captain and the team is coming under. And when the team is
All
not
right.
fully, when the team is not fully not performing, so the pressure will bound to come. And there are other senior pros like Piyush Chawla, although Bumrah is okay. Bumrah is naturally performing well. He's the only performer, and besides that, I think Madwal is also going well. I can say Bumrah and Madwal are the only consistent performers till now. Although again, you will say that Mumbai
No,
starts
that
slow.
we know all that. No, no.
Yeah.
You tell me what is wrong with that franchise. I mean, is there what is happening within the team? Do you have any information as to where the team is
Look, I,
heading?
I find
Have they accepted?
I,
Are they?
look, I am finding they are disintegrating as a team. I'm sorry to use this very strong word. The way
Hmm.
like you just pointed out, why did Hardik bold? If somebody a specialist is commenting from outside, why did Hardik bold in the beginning? Then again you change. Okay, that means you are getting influenced by the people's comments also. Then you are backing out. Then make Bumrah bowl. There has to be a plan. Look, IPL is a game. There has to be proper coordination between a captain and the coach. What does the coach do? And coach handles the players, and plans how they should play. So of course there are hordes of coaches in the bench and in the Mumbai dugout. But I think that there is definitely something wrong, because how can you do that? Because from where is it happening? I don't know. But the way they are performing, people will say, okay, Mumbai always starts slow and then they pick up. But this is the first time I'm saying, if the way they are performing, of course, they are, one cannot deny the fact they are, of course, missing Surya Kumar Yadav. But can one Surya Kumar Yadav come back and make the difference? The way the team is playing, or even Team David
Absolutely.
is playing.
No, there is. You're absolutely right, because there is no semblance of fight we can see in this team. Ashwin bhai, earlier when Mumbai used to start slow, they used to lose close matches. But now we are seeing the margin of the defeat is quite huge, and it's getting wider and wider. That is worrying bit, because yesterday on their home turf they were done by the bounce at the from the 1 KD pitch. Uh, they were not prepared. I mean, how come you're not prepared? You're playing on a fresh wicket. So those things really matter when you're playing at that level. You have to come prepared on their home turf. When home teams are doing, all of them are doing well. Probably RCB lost one game, and Mumbai is the second team to lose a game at home. So that's something worrying, right?
For sure. Look at the way wickets fell. And for me now, I've always supported Ishan Kishan, but his form is of great concern right now. Because see, Rohit will get runs sooner than later. He's been getting runs first 2, 3 games he's played. First 2 games he played beautifully. Yes, he got out first ball this time, but that's cricket. But Ishan Kishan has to deliver, or they change the opening combination. They have someone else open with Rohit, because they can't afford to lose a wicket early. That's first of all demoralizing, as it is even for a performing team. For a team like this, they require to get a good start to get the momentum going. On top of that, we have yesterday we had what, 3 first ball dismissals. Okay, it
Yeah,
happens, but the thing is, you
yeah.
can't recover from that position. You have to give yourself a good start. There's the reason why everybody is going hell for leather in the beginning and then putting pressure, which is also the same reason they said Bumrah should have bowled in the initial overs in their opening game instead of keeping him waiting for Klassen. Right, you have to attack. Attack is the best form of defense. Here they're unable to attack. I think Mumbai's batting is unable to sustain the attack, let alone they attack. Yes, because Rohit plays some unbelievable shots. Even Ishan Kishan played some great shots, but they're unable to sustain the attack. Somebody has to get a
Sustain
50.
the attack.
Somebody has to get a
You know,
50. The other guy getting 20, 30. Then you're sorted. You got 70, 80 runs on the board. And then the next lot can take over. But you can't be 20 for 3 or 30 for 2. It doesn't help you in any way. You're always then trying to survive. So that is Mumbai's problem in batting. And bowling, Bumrah should open, there is no doubt.
true, and and something we are seeing in great deal in Riyan Parag, the way he's batting. I mean, the fact that he played domestic cricket, and that's why whatever you do, the best teams in this competition so far is Chennai Super King. Avijit sir, I want to bring you in here because their basics are strong. It's very tough to sort of unsettle you. I mean, Chennai Super King is one team I've really watched them from day one. They've lost matches, they've won matches, but the basics, they've never gone wrong with the basics. If the basics are strong, you can really do anything and everything. You can always come back. Cricket is all about comeback. So for Mumbai, comeback is one thing which is really far off. And Akash Mandwal, of course, getting a fifer last time. We've seen Riyan Parag seeing on the screen. He was fantastic with the bat in the previous game. Second 50, I think, is getting in a row. Uh, uh, Trent Bolt was brilliant, as you can see, 3 for 22 from his 4 overs. And Chal, I mean, 16 dot balls. Can you imagine? 3 overs, 4 overs, 3 wickets, 11 runs he conceded. Amazing. Look at the economy. 16 dot balls. Yeah, here you go. And this is what team effort is. It's not about individual, and that's what it's a problematic scene in a few of the teams like RCB. You can't drive. You can't drive on the fact that you've made Hardik Pandya your captain. You can't drive him crazy by saying you have to win the game for us. One man can't do anything. I mean, sir.
Look, in reality, the big factor is that whenever if a team is losing, you think what is the way forward.
Yeah,
Now, if I think,
truly.
if me, you, or Ashwin have to think what is the way forward from Mumbai, I am not able to think what is the planning of going forward. Like you Ashwin suggested, either you change your opening bat, or again they will get demoralized. So basic difference, like if he's saying about Ishan Kishan, you can see the difference between Ishan Kishan and Riyan Parag. Riyan Parag played
True.
domestic cricket, and he said yesterday that I last 3 4 years, the way my franchisee has backed me, I went back to the drawing board. I sat quietly and thought that I used to play one innings, and after that I used to falter. Then I concentrated on domestic
True.
cricket. The then the franchisee decided, okay, this player is not fit for to play at 5 or 6 position. He was upgraded to number 4. Now see the difference. His movements, his reflexes, and the way because of his experience in Mustaq Ali Trophy and Ranji Trophy, the way his form has continued, and being upgraded in the
True.
number 4, he is performing. And now see the difference between Ishan Kishan. He didn't come and play domestic cricket right from after leaving South Africa. He came and played IPL. You can see the
So
basic
true.
difference.
So true.
The basics you
So
are talking
today,
about, that is the basics. You are talking about basics. If whatever you plan in the drawing board, uh, that you cannot execute on the ground, then there is something certainly wrong. Whatever your basics are.
yeah, and the basic and the base of it is MS Dhoni. He doesn't play every day, but when he goes back to the nets, he's just doing as if he's entering a match. He sort of mentally prepares
Mind,
himself
mind,
like that. It's a
mental,
mindset
mental
game.
preparation. Yeah, that's the mental.
Yes.
Look,
So
for
so
example,
who's going to be your X factor players today evening? RCB versus uh, LSG, not KKR, as I mentioned. Oh God, that was quite a faux pas. But what I mean,
RCB,
what is your
RCB has to win the match through their batting. I'm sorry to say, either it's Virat Kohli or Cameron Green or Maxwell. And LSG have both. LSG has Rahul, LSG has Mayank Yadav, LSG
so
has
who all are
Prowess.
your X factors? Quickly,
X factors, there are, I think, a couple of players in, like, of course, I will go for Virat Kohli, and one more person is Maxwell. If Maxwell has to perform if they have to win today. And
and
LSG,
from Lucknow.
and from Lucknow, of course, Rahul's home ground. Rahul will perform. Then, of course, now the favorite, the crowd puller, slowly about to become a crowd puller in future, Mike Yadav.
Who? I didn't get you.
Mike Yadav,
Mayank.
Mayank Yadav.
Yes, Mayank. Mayank is. I mean, just imagine what IPL can do. it just
Yeah,
glorifies
I need to
the
see the
entire.
his performance, in front of such a formidable, the strong batting lineup. How he bowls against Virat Kohli, how he bowls about against Faf. Faf is good hitter of the short pitch deliveries. He knows how to use the pace. So that we have to see how he does perform against this batting.
Truly, truly. But and Ashwin bhai, your pick, your X Factor pick, who would be?
In Lucknow, I hope Quinton continues to fire. And
Hmm,
but one guy I would really like to see bowling on a smaller ground,
hmm.
like RCB is playing on Chinnaswamy Stadium, is again Ravi Bishnoi. I'd like to see how he bowls on that ground, because it's good for a spinner to play on a large outfield with about 70,
All
75
right.
meter outfield, but at something smaller, something maybe about closer to 65, or let's see how he bowls. That will go to show his pedigree. He's a great bowler, but it's very interesting for me as a cricketer to see how he bowls in
Of
Lucknow.
course, he's a wrist spinner, and wrist spinners are supposed to be very, very potent
Correct, correct.
inside big grounds.
Accuracy
But
is key, and then
yeah,
you have to. It'll be interesting. And for RCB again, they are riding on Virat Kohli, but Glenn Maxwell and I would say Marcus Stoinis has to fire. These guys have to fire. Marcus Stoinis and Glenn
all
Maxwell is
right.
who ideally, if they fire and Virat carries on the way he is, then
Stoinis,
RCB will be.
Stoinis is with LSG, Ashwin. Stoinis is
Sorry,
with
not Stoinis. Sorry, what? Who's the other guy?
Cameron Green.
Cameron Green. Cameron Green. So
One
Cameron
more thing,
Green.
All right.
Cameron Green
We'll,
also
we'll,
with the
we'll
ball.
see.
Also with the
Indranil,
ball.
and one more
Cameron.
thing I would like to point out that last year,
Yeah.
in the beginning, out of the 5 matches, 4 matches RCB won, and then they faltered and fizzled out in the later stages. Same way, like Mumbai is a slow starter, and like this year, Rajasthan Royal is also a quick starter. They have won all the matches, and again, RR also does the same thing. So so start quick, and then later on they falter. So last year
Yes. They run
RCB
out of
also
gas.
started quick and they falter. So maybe this is the revival match for RCB this time. And RR in RR case, one we have to remember that they are all the matches they are winning because of their bowling. Their batting is still matter of worry.
Yeah,
Their
of
opening
course.
power play
That's
player,
the golden rule. You win a
yeah,
tournament because of your bowlers. Bowlers win you tournament. But we'll do
yeah,
the fantasy 11. We'll do the fantasy 11 before we wrap up the show. Of course,
yes, word.
fantasy 11. Of course, we have Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis, Devdutt Padikkal, Nicholas Pooran, Glenn Maxwell, Dinesh Karthik, Krunal Pandya. This is our KP, Indian KP, not Kevin Peterson of England. Ravi Bishnoi, as we talked about, Navinul Haq is very good with this change of pace. Yash Dayal has been quite amazing. Last match, he was hammered a little bit, but that's part of the game. Mayank Yadav, the pace sensation right now in India. We'll run you through again. Virat Kohli, of course, the run machine, Mr. IPL, of course, you can call him Faf du Plessis. Of course, he's getting younger with every possible, with every game actually is getting younger. Devdutt Padikkal has got a good technique. He reminded me so much like Yuvraj Singh in Whites, the way he was playing during the Test series. Nicholas Pooran, one of the most dangerous cricketers you've seen. Glenn Maxwell, he can do anything. He's a magician. How can anyone forget what he did in that 50 over World Cup match against Afghanistan? My God, 91 for 7, the way he went around doing his business. Dinesh Karthik, old horse knows his way. He's all of a sudden got up from the ashes. He was also doing commentary in the ashes, by the way. Krunal Pandya, of course, the KP, the Indian Desi KP, Ravi Bishnoi, Navilul Haq, Yash Dayal, Mayank Yadav. This is our fantasy 11. Of course, I hope you guys have enjoyed the coverage, and thank you, Abhijit sir and Ashwin bhai, for helping us
Thank you, Dada.
break down what is happening
Thank you.
in IPL. This is getting really interesting today, and I mean every match is so gripping. You can't just let go your evening go waste. And I mean, this is the best thing you can do in the evening. Watch these matches. You can't go and waste your time anywhere else. What I mean to say, this is such a great time we are having, and one after the other blockbuster. Mumbai, RR. Then we have today RCB versus LSG. Tomorrow we have KKR versus DC, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Abhijit sir, viewers, Ashwin bhai, for coming on the show, and enjoy IPL, and have a great day. Be
Thank you,
safe.
Dada.
Thank you for
Thank
watching.
you, Dada. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.